Reading is fundamental. We talked about the Scholastic book fair.
Absolutely.
Unless it's got a CD game in it, and then that's
Man,
the books.
This is our PG episode. Why is the PG episode the episode where we're all drinking while we're recording?
Welcome everybody to the One Up Podcast. I am your host El Caballo, aka Tony. Here with some of my nearest and dearest. I got Doughboy, Mateo, and Pucho in the building. And this week we're gonna have a pretty solid conversation about life. But to start off, let me introduce my right hand man, Pucho. Man, how you been? How was your week?
Damn, I appreciate the honor. Right hand man, I like it. Nah, man, this week's been interesting. That new game, Narita Boy, that shit came out. That shit's pretty interesting.
What is that?
So fucking, it's like a Metroidvania game. You run around, collect items to like get access to like new locations and shit like that. It's super dope. It's very stylish. It looks like straight out of the 80s, like one of those like old computer games. But it plays like more modern. It is really cool. It's real fun. And then the other shit, dude, we started potty training this week, so that shit's shit is intense. All right. Yeah, my daughter's she's peeing, man. It's not really in the toilet, so
is it all over the place?
No, it's not all over the place. I mean, yeah, pretty much anywhere, but it's like it ain't like there's piss all over the house. Like we're picking it up as it happens. Like nah, man, we just got her in panties, and she's, she's just taking a piss. She don't really realize that like what's happening quite yet, but yeah, man. A lot of this started off right because she likes this cartoon, not a cartoon, but the music from this cartoon called Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, which is Daniel Tiger's a little puppet from Mr. Rogers. And they got a cartoon series with him now, and he's got all these songs and all this shit. And dude, Daniel Tiger's the man. That's my fucking dude. All right, PBS. I'll get PG with y'all if y'all could hook me up and with some. I'll show up in some Daniel Tiger. I'm down. That's my dude. I'll throw down for Daniel Tiger. Right? The dude. My daughter refuses to say sorry at all, dude. She won't. One day we played. Daniel Tiger has a song about saying sorry. Soon as he sings the lyrics, she's like, "Oh shit, Daniel Tiger said it." She's like, "Sorry." I was like, "Damn, Daniel Tiger, he's got a power, dude." The other night, I showed her a little video clip of Daniel Tiger going to the potty, and she started crying. She's like, "I want to go potty." I'm like, "All right." So we took her. She went. She sat on the toilet. She didn't pee, but she thought she was doing it. And then I'm like, all right, cool, let's flush the toilet. And then she's like, all right. And then she just walked all the way to her crib, and she's like, all right, I'm ready to go to sleep. I'm like, all right, that's brand new, okay? But if Daniel Tiger got you doing this is my dog. And yeah, I'll throw down. I'll put my life on the line for Daniel Tiger, right? Dude if he's doing what he's doing for my daughter, for children, millions of children around the world, then he's providing a service that even a parent, I can't tell my daughter to do things already. She's a year and a half. And Daniel Tiger whispers in her ear, can say sorry. She's like, all right, time to say sorry. And his songs, they're bangers, yo.
That's weird because it seems
he's
like
got some bangers.
He's got power over your daughter that you don't have. Like that's that's crazy.
No, dude, this is automatic. It goes back to the other conversation we had where I was saying I only could have so much influence over my daughter's life. I want to control that as much as possible. Yeah. Because the outside influences is going to be the most that your child's going to interact with. They're going to have teachers, classmates, friends. Yeah. They're away from home most of the day. Like,
that's rad, dude. You've already figured out the cheat code, because the cheat code is to find like children's media that you think gives a positive influence and also isn't too annoying to watch. Like you, because you're gonna listen to those songs over and over. Like that's gonna happen. Your daughter's gonna request one episode over and over, or one song on Spotify over and over. So if his songs slap and like they're not driving you crazy, go for it. For advice from parent buddies of mine, check out the story bots.
The story bots.
Yeah, they're on Netflix.
Okay.
They're pretty solid. They're
Yeah.
goofy. But they have a lot of celebrity guests come on and sing songs with them though. They're a little bit like that show Yo Gabba Gabba that used to exist, but less annoying.
I'll check that out for sure. Because yeah, I mean, one thing too is like she doesn't watch TV yet. So like she has not watched any like television at all yet. Like all the stuff she's seen from TV is just like if I'm playing a video game and she's like walking by and she like sees the TV or something. But like we've never put on like a TV show or anything for her to watch. So yeah, so we've been sticking to like trying to find these children's shows, and then she loves music. It's like finding the songs from those things. And my idea is like once you start seeing, oh shit, this is the character, because she also has Daniel Tiger books. That's how I started. We bought these Daniel Tiger books, so she loves them, and we played the Daniel Tiger songs. When she starts seeing the Daniel Tiger show, she's gonna lose it. She's gonna go, "What? I didn't know this was possible."
Then now she's gonna want to only watch the show and no more books.
Yeah, maybe that ain't happening.
Reading is fundamental. We talked about the Scholastic Book Fair.
Absolutely.
Unless it's got a CD game in it, and then that's
Man,
the books.
This is our PG episode. Why is the PG episode the episode where we're all drinking while we're recording?
Daniel Tiger, he comes from the Mr. Rogers, right?
Salute.
Dad life. Yeah, he's a puppet on the Mr. Rogers show.
Yo, I love Mr. Rogers when I was a kid. So I could already see like where the tunage is coming from. I'm like, all right, this is solid tunes right here.
Oh, dude, Mr. Rogers is the man. One day I put on Mr. Rogers like at my house. Sorry, my parents' house. I was just like bored, and there was some documentary or something like on Amazon. And my dad walks in the room. My dad is born in like 55, I think. He's an old dude already. He walked in the room and he got sad. Like he remembers when he was a little boy, he used to watch Mr. Rogers, and I'm like, that's insane. Like,
what?
This man is fucking like. I don't know when this show started, but the first episodes are in black and white.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers has been around for a long time. They were around like when the civil rights movement was happening. Mr. Rogers was part of the civil rights movement because he had the postman. He came on his show, and the postman's a black man. Yeah. And it was around the time when a lot of black men couldn't go in swimming pools, and he had his commentary on it was basically he was washing his feet, I think, in like a swimming pool or something, like one of those little like kiddie pools. And he had like the postman like put his feet in there and like wash his feet with them or something, or like just dip his toes into the pool with him.
Oh, that's dope as fuck, yo. That man touched a lot of people's lives too. So
man, the Tom Hanks movie and the documentary especially that came out about Mr. Rogers, tears, dude, in the movie theater, just bawling like a little kid during those.
I tried watching. He had they did some kind of lifetime achievement award for him. And he receives the award, and in his speech of receiving the award, all he does is he talks about how great everybody else is. Like he's still selfless even in this moment where he's receiving an award. And I'm like, man, this guy's too good for the world. Like we don't deserve him. Man. Yep.
How's anyhow? Freaking.
Yeah, you're having a kid soon too, Sony.
Yeah, so just about to tell
what you guys been up to.
Freaking. I don't know. I'm still debating when to put up this crib and stuff with her. Like,
I'm still debating on having this kid.
Oh, no. That shit would have went left, right? Real quick. No, man. Like, we finally watched like all of the in newborn to 3 months clothes, right? And we kind of organized it in these little plastic shelves for now until I lose space in my dresser and the baby gets it, because Emily's not going to lose space. She's only gaining space with the baby. So kind of, yeah, that's what's happening in my life. It's a hostile takeover, bro. Like all my shit's getting slowly pushed. Like I'm getting rid of this couch soon. I'm going to put the crib in here eventually for the month swap after 6 months or whatever. Like I'm losing space. I like this, my office / video game / my man cave. I'm losing this space, losing it. It's ridiculous. But it's for the kid. So, I ain't too crazy. I'm also not
Sounds
fond.
depressed. I'm losing this space. I'm losing it.
No, because I told her the only
Emily,
option.
all Emily's doing, she's gaining space. I'm losing everything. But it's for the kid, you know, so it's okay. I appreciate it's for the kid.
He's gonna move into a shed out back or something.
Yeah, right. Fuck. I'll be the
Sonny's
day.
got a nice backyard.
Yeah, I ain't going outside. So all my shit is more likely gonna go into the living room. But the problem is with that is that Emily, her mom, is in the living room all day long. So if I were to move my shit out there, that shit's canceled. Canceled. They don't want that. For
What, their living room activities?
Yeah, that shit's out the window at that point. Because now I'm in the living room and you guys got it.
It's impossible to hang out in the proximity of Tony and not end up just hanging out with Tony. The man is a big personality, and that husk dominates every other activity that's happening within 100 yards of his person.
Luckily, we have a second living room, kind of. It leads to the backyard. So if I set my shit up there, I'm going to also dominate the whole fucking living room where they're at because they're going to hear my voice. So there's ways of working around it. She's telling me, oh, just, you know what? Put all of it in our room. Oh, so now I could put a TV in the room. Okay, because I'm not gonna disturb you guys. I see how. Let's see what's going on. I'm not.
The thing you got to remember too is everybody's all about getting the nursery and all that shit set up like before the baby's born. But the reality is you're not going to use it till the baby's like 5 months. So you have till the baby is due and like 4 or 5 months on top of that before you're really gonna be using the space for the baby. The baby's going to be, if you move the TV to the room, all that means is that when the baby goes to sleep in the room, which is many, many hours throughout the day, you're just not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, no, I'm not putting it in the room until the baby's securely in this room. Like,
securely.
Yeah, like once he's locked down in here, that's it. Once he's in this room and he goes to bed, I can't be in this room. I'm fucking loud. Like, there's no way I can get excited to communicate team to teammates like, yo, over there, motherfucker, go over there.
Yeah, you can't scream.
Yeah.
But actually, they say that noise is good for babies.
Nah, not my noise.
The more acclimated they get to just like noise in the background, they'll sleep better.
Yep.
Not me.
Especially pterodactyl sounds are really soothing to babies.
Yeah. Extreme pterodactyl sounds.
Nah.
Those in particular, yeah.
I'll give my child PTSD real quick if I hit him. Like if I just start doing that shit, that baby will fucking flinch at every noise. I ain't trying to do that shit.
In the Hasidic Jew community in Brooklyn, they have like these cages outside of their windows in Brooklyn, and they put their babies and their children on these gates that are hanging outside the window, several stories. And you'll look.
So Michael Jackson wasn't bugging out when he was hanging his kids out the balcony.
I would have listened. If he had this device, I wouldn't have said he was bugging because there's no way for him to drop the baby down now. The baby's gonna be fine.
That sounds frightening. Why are they playing? Why do they play Baby Plinko over there?
It comes from an early thing in New York where the air quality here is not that great with the amount of motor carriages, trains, and all this stuff you got moving through. That it's very important for babies, I guess, or young children to get fresh air. Like fresh air was a big thing, and it was like healthy for people. And they said if you feel unwell, go get some fresh air, stuff like
Are
that.
these like facts? Like,
yeah,
that hanging them. Obviously, getting fresh air is probably good. I'm asking, is it a fact that hanging them out the window is providing that fresh air, or is this some type of like?
It's what the game was created for.
No, sure. I'm asking, did it actually do what they were doing, or did it just make them feel like it was working?
Yeah, is it rooted in science, or is it just some like old wives' tale kind of thing?
Right. Like all the Hispanic people, like when a baby has hiccups, they'll take like a piece of string and they'll put it in their mouth to make it like wet, and they'll stick it on their forehead, and that's supposed to cure like hiccups, like a baby.
I don't think I've seen that.
What?
I've
Maybe
never
that's
seen a baby with a
Caribbean.
wet string on their head.
Oh my god, yeah.
My
Dude,
grandmother.
my mom would do it right now in a heartbeat. If a baby has hiccups, she'll find a thread, rip a thread from something, put it right on their forehead. That hiccups is going away.
My grandmother
That's just
always, if I had a headache, a fever, diarrhea, no matter what it was, Ponte Vicks. The rubbing
Ponte
vapor.
Vicks.
That was the big one. For
I
me.
100%.
fucking hated it because they go put a whole hand in there, glob, and they be like, aquí está, pa, pa, pa. Yo, I'll have fucking globs in my nose as a kid. I used to be like, yo, what are you doing? And I get smacked. Bam, calmate. I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting assaulted. I can't breathe. My nose is burning from the Vicks. And now they're telling you to go sit down and go to sleep. I'm like, yo, this ain't helping me. I still got the shits.
Look, But the question is, did your headache go away?
Yeah, after the concussional slap, probably. That shit.
I heard this shit is like a slow poison or some shit like that. From what I heard this shit is not very good for you.
No, it's not bad for you.
How is the Vicks supposed to help with you needing to take a shit or not being able to take a
Maybe
shit?
the
It
distraction.
might help.
It's probably the
The
distraction.
vapors going into your stomach and the intestines.
You know what you should do though? You should rub some of that vapor on your bladder, like around your bladder and your stomach, and it might prevent you from using the bathroom.
I was
going
gonna
to
say-
a hole in his abdomen and put it on his bladder.
Well, no,
Is that-
on his actual fucking body, not I'm gonna cut you open and stick. No, like rub it around your belly, and it might prevent you to stop using the bathroom so much.
Why is he telling you to put Vicks on your penis?
Oh my
I
god!
am not. I did not say that shit.
There's a funny story about that one. I knew a kid in high school.
Yes. Yes.
I knew this kid in high school who told me that. He's like, you know, when boys get together, they start talking about all the weird shit that they do. And it always gets to a moment where everybody's sharing stories, and then somebody's like, hey, does anyone else? And then they share something, and everybody's like, nah, man, that's just you, Chief. I'm thinking, this dude is like, yo, you ever just put Bengay like all over your dick and then just stand in front of a fan? And apparently the sensation of that will just like bring you to climax. Okay, Mateo? So,
Okay.
I've never tried myself. I don't know the rules,
I've got some things to digest there because like if you come into a fan, don't you just get covered in your own jizz?
Yo, he slathered his cock in Bengay.
How do you know that?
I'm just
He was
saying.
the one
that
applying it.
I was there. I saw it. I watched the whole. No, imagine. I don't know. Yeah, and it was Bengay specifically, which is like the sister to Vicks.
It has to be all over. What's the sensation?
What high-powered fan do you have? What the fuck?
Yeah, nah. It's the Dominicans got abanicos, yo. We got mad abanicos in the crib. We got fans on deck.
My
everywhere.
fan doesn't blow like that. Like, I don't know. Whenever you used to spit water into a fan like a fish, that shit it only splatter once it hits the fan blades. I've never seen a fan strong enough to just push it right back onto you. That's a beast. That's high quality. That's high quality.
I'm assuming if you're trying to get off with a fan and some Bengay, the fan is probably running on high, right?
It gotta be.
He better have that cover on. Could you imagine?
There's no swivel on that fan. That fan is locked.
Directed dick technology.
Could you imagine the circumcision he would do if he didn't have the cover on the fan blade and he just leans in? How quick that? You got to think.
A plastic fan?
Yes. What the fuck?
Nah.
Yeah. Them edges are sharp.
You never grew up with the metal blade fans? Those hit different. Those hit hard. Those metal blades, the fan, the quality of air, it hits you like no other.
Those are construction fans, bro.
They're dangerous.
They're like sitting on the floor at like an angle.
Yeah.
You know the ones that you sit on the floor, big metal joints.
Yeah, those are for fucking construction. Those are industrial fucking fans, bro. Those are abanicos.
You're talking about a blower.
No,
it's completely different.
I'm talking about it's a circular fucking fan, and it has an open side in the back and the front side, and I'm talking about massive fucking air is what you. Yeah, that's a fucking a worker's.
Yeah, that's like regular Caribbean fans, dude. These people got no air conditioner. They need just hurricane force winds in the house at all times.
Maybe
that's the only way to stay comfortable.
Maybe this is one of those like teenage boy misconception kind of things. Like he thought he heard about a blowjob, and he thought it was literally like a blowjob, right?
Yeah, we're young. This is like junior high. This is them junior high stories, dude. I was like, nah, I've never slathered my cock in Bengay and stood in front of a fan. I've never done that before. So I was like,
I never thought I would have to say that sentence either.
that was a brand new sentence. No one in the history of the world has said that sentence. Like,
My God.
That shit is so beast. Where did we leave off before the whole blowjob?
We're
you
doing
gotta ask Doughy how he's doing.
Yeah.
Tony, why do we ever let you go, man? I tell you.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Y'all don't like me, man. Salud.
I need a little round of applause, some gunshots or something. Bam, 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 bam.
Gunshots.
Oh, word. All right.
I
I can sense where this is going, and I appreciate it. All right, give this man some fanfare. I love you, Doughy. That's what we want. All right.
That was the saddest little hype horn I've ever heard, Tony.
I lowered that shit because that shit's loud.
That shit was one horn.
I finally beat Persona 5 Royale. All right, it's over.
Yes.
It's over. This game has taken a better half of the year for me to beat. All right, I think it was the first episode I was talking about just getting into it, but shout out to Persona 5 Royale. Might be one of the best games of all time.
All time.
It's a little long. That's the only
A little
thing
long. The first episode was 11 weeks ago.
a little long. I'll give it that, but amazing. Must play for any RPG fan. Like that was good. So I really had fun with that. There was one night where I was fighting the last boss, and everybody was like, "All right, guys, we're gonna go play Overwatch now." And they're like, "Joey, you gonna come with us?" And I was already 15 minutes into the first leg of the boss fight, and I'm like, "Yo, I don't want to do this again. Like, I don't think I could come back to this boss fight." So I told them, I was like, "Yo, I gotta find a safe spot."
He was lying.
Yo, this boss had 4 acts. This thing had 4 separate boss fights. So, by the time I was into the second, third one, all these niggas was cursing at me. "Fuck you, doughboy. You don't love us. You don't want to play video games with us." And I'm like, yo, I'm 45 minutes into this boss fight. You want me to turn it off now and do this again? I'm like, I can't. So it took me like an hour and a half.
So would you say the Persona 5 final boss Ellie Weaseled you? You kept thinking it was the end?
Yeah, until the last one, I thought it was gonna be, oh my god, I was already done with it. And you just had to do like a few turns, and then the game like takes over for you, and then it finishes it. So I was cool with that. Shout out to Japan. Yo, Tony Kun, Pucho-san, Senpai Mateo.
Ooh,
all right.
Okay.
All right. I'm using Japanese honorifics the rest of the show. Tony Kun.
I don't really like that.
All right. Before we move on, there's an album that came out. Young Dolph and Key Glock, Dumb and Dumber 2. Very good. My seal of approval.
You was listening
Young
to
Dolph?
Young Dolph.
How is that spelled?
Is Dolph.
Like Dolph Lundgren?
Like Adolf Hitler.
Oh.
Nothing like that.
All right. I'm done. We can move on.
Okay. We don't yell Adolf into the skies in pride.
Yeah, for real.
We don't appreciate the SS around here. Okay.
No, that's one of his ad libs.
So he's trying to be edgy. He's trying to channel the Nazi love.
No, his dad was named Adolf. It was weird. He's old school black stuff, like old school Southern Memphis black. Like
Damn.
His dad was named Adolf.
That's interesting.
That is a bold name.
Yeah,
I wonder if there's some like Adolf. Like what's like the etymology of that name?
Well, in other news, Mateo, how was your week? Unrelated to
dude.
Adolf and the SSS gang.
I've got nothing exciting here. I was gonna ride some bikes yesterday, and it rained all day. I was gonna clean up my porch and my patio, and it rained all day. So it's just been work, dude. It's just been work. I haven't had a chance to play any games with y'all this week. I've played some Loop Hero. I've been playing some World of Warships. We came back to World of Warships. It's dumb. They're all the same game. World of Tanks, World of Warships. I think there's a plane one. Like it's all the same thing. Like there's you versus another team.
Why don't they mix all of them together?
They should. That'd be a good call. They could just call it World of War. Crap.
There's already a game named World of War.
Yeah.
What I will say about those type of games is maybe why I've been so interested into indie games. Indie games do this thing where they say, we're going to hit these points. We're going to make a game like this. And it's going to be focused in this direction. And maybe it's not a grand scope, because I feel like there's a lot that goes into making open world games. Like there's too much. You have to make a lot to make it good. I like indie games. They have this focus. They're like, we're going to make a game like this, and these are the points we're going to hit, and that's what we want to hit. And I think that's why like games like Binding of Isaac, by the way, has a new DLC out right now.
Why?
Very good.
PC
Isn't
only.
that game like 25 years old?
Why?
Dude, Binding of Isaac actually really got me into the indie scene. When I was a broke ass college student that couldn't afford any video games for a period of time, there was a Steam sale. Binding of Isaac, with the original Flash game with all its DLC, $1.98. And my Steam statistics said I have over 200 hours on that game.
How many complete editions of that game have they released?
They like remade the game. It was like a demake, really, because they make it like pixely and stuff. And then since then, that's really the only one. They've made 3 DLCs on top of that. So it was Rebirth, then it was Afterbirth, Afterbirth Plus, and then Repentance just came out. I haven't even played Afterbirth Plus. I just bought it on PlayStation like yesterday because I was watching Doughboy play Repentance, and I was like, actually, let me go back and check out this DLC.
Wait, it's out for PS4?
No.
So then what did you buy?
There's 2 DLCs on the PlayStation that I haven't played.
Oh,
The one that you bought is the 3rd one, I think.
okay.
Did you?
Yeah, I bought the most recent one, but I never played Afterbirth. I had a very good experience with the PS Vita, and it was with Binding of Isaac. That game is perfect for short train rides, subway experiences, little short. The Vita, I'm so sad that it never succeeded the way it should have. Sony is to blame for some of that with the proprietary expensive SD cards. They want you to pay $160 for 64 gig card when you could get a SanDisk. It just didn't make sense in some level.
SanDisk terabyte, like $20.
I didn't like some of their marketing aspects for it, and like one of the the models was like AT&T. Like you had to. I was like, come on. I was like, this is some bullshit.
For the internet, for the Wi-Fi. Yeah.
In one perspective, it did a lot, but in another's perspective, it was trying to do too much with the whole touch controls and shit like that. Like, no, we want games. We don't want to.
If you take away the touch controls, you don't get Severed. Fantastic game by Mexican Team Drinkbox, and then the ultimate game, the pinnacle of the PS Vita. You don't get Taco Master. Without Taco Master, what's even the point of playing Vita games?
What is that game where you controlled your little people with rhythms? Like it was a rhythm game, and you were like fighting other like tribes. Yes, yeah. My brother let me play that game, and that game was rad, dude.
It is amazing, incredible. Bong, pata, bong, pata. Like, the best. I love rhythm games. I'm like a rhythm bitch.
Tony Kuhn does not approve of any of those dances.
Don't worry, Senpai noticed you.
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Notice me.
Yo, have you seen that video?
That is fucking
Oh my
crazy.
god, yo, that's one of the best. That guy's an actor, but when I saw that video, I thought it was serious, and I was like, "This guy's insane." That video is fucking gold.
Now I will tell you, there's a handful of things that I'm super jealous about with New York because like my Switch just sits unused. I don't touch that thing. Unfortunately, I wish I had train rides and things like that where I don't have to have my brain doing anything or my driving or whatever, where I could just sit and like actually catch up on some games on the Switch.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
I mean, another thing you should be jealous about is pretty soon these guys are gonna just be taking bong rips on the subway too. So
Yeah,
they're
man.
you don't get train rides, you don't get bong rips on the subway either.